Okay, thanks for jumping in. Let's get started. One of the most common elements you'll find when creating some HTML is a list. So there are two types of lists. There is a unordered list and then there's an ordered list. So let's take a look at the unordered list first. So I'm going to use a little bit of Emmet to get this set up, okay? So I'm going to create a list, and in here I'm just going to type the list item, and I just want to show the value, and I'm going to have 5 items. Okay, so let's just check this out in the browser. So we have our list items, we have 1 to 5, and notice that there's these little bullet points or like dots besides the unordered list. The reason that these are here is once again because it's unordered. There isn't a sequence to the items. I wrote over here the sequence so you can see that 1 to 5, but so when we get to something like the ordered list, which is the second type of list, we'll see that when we refresh this, the list is ordered and it's in numerical order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I mean, this is kind of redundant, but for an ordered list, you can see how that works. So both the unordered list and ordered list use all of the global attributes, but ordered list has this thing called type. So we can put in here and we can say the type to be like I or something like that. So check it out in the browser. And if you're familiar with Roman numerals, this is the same thing. It's counting in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do an alpha list where you type in A and you go over here and it's ordered A, B, C, D. So really kind of cool. Another attribute is we could use something called start. So if we set this to, let's say, the default type, which is just 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 in this case, and then you have something called start, and we can say it starts with 3, and then if we refresh and check in our browser, we can see that this list starts at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they do use all the global attributes, and you can do some things with ordered lists, like having a start type and having a type, whether it's Roman numerals, alphabetical, or some other way of incrementing in an order. This is supported. So let's just jump back to the unordered list for a second. So I'm just going to change this to an unordered list, and I'm going to go here, and this isn't really applicable because it's unordered. There used to be a thing called type for this as well, but this is kind of deprecated. You used to be able to do things like circle, and if you refresh, you get these circles. I think you could even do, I think it's square. Let's try that one, and we'll see what happens. But this type of stuff is really not needed. When you have CSS applied or added to your document, you can style some of the stuff with CSS. What's neat about lists is you can also nest them. So you could do like nested lists. So let's do a nested list. I'm going to use some Emmet just to generate the code. So what I want to do is I want to create an unordered list, and inside that unordered list, I'm going to have list items. But in particular, I'm going to create an ordered list inside of the first list element. So instead of the first list tag, I'm going to create a separate ordered list. And what I'm going to do there is I'm also going to add just some text that says nested item, and I'm going to number it like 1 to 5. And now since we're inside of the first list element or list item, we're going to have to go up a couple times to get back to, where the unordered list starts, and then we have new list items. And then right there, I'm going to create a list item here, and then I'm going to create some text. I'm going to say list item, and then I'm just going to give them a value. So I'm going to count 1, 2, 5 or something like that. And then I'm going to run this. So as you can see here, I've kind of generated this unordered list, and within the first list item, I have an ordered list of items. So that's a nested list. And then outside of the first list item, I have the rest of the list items. So let's just see what that looks like. So basically, we have this unordered list, the first list item, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have another one. So list items and lists are great for menus. They're great for navigations. They're great for like footers and all sorts of things like that. So you'll find this very useful, and lists are very commonly used in HTML. I'm not going to go into too deeply with anything else with lists, but you'll find that you'll reach for this one a lot. And that's it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you found this useful. Leave your comments and thoughts below. Take care, and I will see you next time.